Hi there, ladies and gents. I want to talk about this Sleep On Go to Sleep product. My daughter bought it for me. I wanted it desperately because I have recently been diagnosed with sleep apnea, which I'm like, what? I'm not that fat or big. Why would I have sleep apnea? But I've got it. And I was trying to learn about my system. And I'll cut to the chase and then I'll tell you why. I'm going to say don't buy the product. It gets a negative 100% review, and I'll tell you why. There are so many things that are so right about the product, that are so perfect, that the concept is fantastic. The problem is, if the data isn't good and the data isn't reliable, then what is this about? If you take the data that this machine registers to your doctor, the doctor will probably think you are far worse off than you really are. So, I've got my finger pulse ox. I also have a cardio belt with a wrist thing that tracks heart rate. What else does this track? Heart rates and oxygen. This one tracks oxygen. And I test this all the time at the doctor's office because I'm disabled. And so I know my finger pulse ox is accurate. If I put these both on, sometimes my sleep on ring, go to sleep, will register correctly with my finger pulse ox. Sometimes it will. Many times it is off by 4 to 5 points on the oxygen. I've also checked the heart rate, the variability. I think that's what it is, because I just moved here from Italy. Variabile. So I think it's the variability. I might be saying that wrong. It's not accurate. You can have moments of accuracy, but what good is the data if the data is off? It makes your heart rate too high, it makes your heart rate too low, it makes your blood oxygen number way too low. So the concept here is you have this little charging plate and you have this cord, which is fantastic. You've got inside the box multiple size rings. So you have to find the ring that fits you. Inside of here you have this, I wonder if I can get it out. So I'm looking for my glasses. Yeah, here they are. Okay, you can see the light is, when I move it around, the light, no, it's not going off now, but sometimes. Now, so inside here is a little tiny pod that you slip out, and you can slip it into any one of these rings. All right, there it goes, it's going off, okay? So it's a little pod that, this goes on the inside, so you slip it in the pod. Now, they also have a fingertip one. I've contacted the company, no exaggeration, 10 times. And I thought maybe they were just being rude to me. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if they were English speaking, the company. And the person used the least amount of words to respond, didn't care about the problem. I went to them in the first 10 days of having the product. It was a Christmas gift. I went to them the first 10 days and wrote them repetitively. It took them forever to show up. And when they showed up, they didn't want to help. They didn't care. I asked, could I please send this back? Could we please go and get a new one? Maybe it's just this one that's off. He did everything he could to be cantankerous. I'm assuming it's a he, because they never addressed Dear Miss Owens, nothing like that. They just acted like they wrote me a chat of one sentence. I've asked to return it for a refund. I've asked to return it to get an exchange on another product to test it. I've asked to just send me the free finger thing, and that maybe if I put the bead in the finger cap, maybe it might get a better reading like my finger pulse ox. And you set an alarm on this if you want to say that if you fall below this, it wakes you up in the middle of the night so you're not having any potential heart issues, because I am a dual surgery heart patient. And I set it for 80, which is like a dangerously low blood oxygen number. And it's set with an alarm. And this baby goes off regularly on any given night, vibrating, because it thinks I hit 80 or below on my oxygen. It then reports the data into their collection thing, and then you put it to your phone. And so I can't even bring the data to my doctor because I just had a sleep apnea test done and I was not even anywhere near 80. So the reading on this, even though the novelty, the concept, the packaging, everything is good, but the accuracy sucks. Nothing more than that. I thought, well, maybe I had offended this person somehow. So my daughter who bought this, I asked her to write them and say, by the way, I bought this, I would like to return it. And she didn't explain any problems. It was immediately within the right time frame. That same person wrote her back and said, oh, you need to send it back to China and there'll be customs taxes and there'll be this and there'll be that. So just keep it and have paid for it. It's probably best not to return it because it's going to be so expensive if you try to return it and there's no guarantee. So when they say they have a return and exchange policy, they're lying. And they just expect you to have dropped $100, $120 on the product. You'll love the novelty of it for a few weeks, if that. If you do any double checking, like at the doctor's office, you've got the ring on and you can see it reading on the phone and you have the doctor check it. Sometimes it reads right, sometimes it reads wrong. In the morning, it doesn't, it's very permilosa in Italian, which means moody or temperamental, that when you take the ring and you take it off and you sit it down, it's supposed to just bring the data right over to your phone. I have had a lot of problems with that. Some days it'll come in and swoop the data, and other days it won't swoop the data. And I've done everything to make sure it's reading at night. And what I saw them doing to my daughter was terrible, and they didn't even know it was me. So that's now two people who have bought the one product. You're going to spend $100, $120. It's going to be novelty. The data is useless and inconsistent. It will not help you get a better assessment. See, one of the things I was trying to do was avoid getting a CPAP machine. I still am trying to avoid it. So I am trying to lose weight, but it's not like I'm that heavy. I'm putting a humidifier in my bedroom because I'm from Italy, but the Colorado, it's very dry and you can hear my voice is raspy. So maybe more humidity could help me. I also learned that if I slept on my side and not on my back, the readings for the, whatever you call that illness, the sleep apnea illness, drastically went down. So I brought two pillows on my side and I turned myself on my side so that I now no longer sleep on my back. I have stopped any antihistamines at night because I don't have good sleep habits. I've stopped the antihistamines in hopes of being more successful because I've learned there's really two types of sleep apnea. One has to do with your jaw and everything closing, which they've already confirmed I don't have that. The other one is more with your autonomic system. And I happen to have dysautonomia, which I'm not sure how to say that in English, but it's where all your body functions on the autonomic system don't run correctly, POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And so what I thought is rather than keep going back to the doctor asking for a new sleep apnea test, I would use this to start tracking my data to see that maybe all these things that I'm doing got me to a better sleep point where I could get out of not having a sleep apnea machine. Well, the data is so horrible, so inconsistent, so irregular, sometimes right, sometimes wrong, it's useless. And I dare not bring this data to my doctor, because if I bring this data to my doctor, he's going to frickin' strap an elephant on my face for this sleep apnea machine because it looks like I'm dying at night because the alarm goes off nonstop. So anyway, I'm frustrated. And I think what we're going to do now is I've waited. He even told me, the guy from this company, make some videos, audio record what's going on and let me see the audio recordings. You know, granted, it wasn't a New York voice. That's not from New York. So I even made videos, and I put videos up on YouTube, and then I sent him the videos, but I kept my mouth shut. I didn't use any negative rendering of judgment on the product because I thought I really would like this man to resolve this problem because I really want this to work. And I kept contacting him, and his response was, "Did you even send me the videos?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I sent them to you 3 times. So now we're at the point that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the credit card company. And this was a December birthday, December 25th, Christmas gift. So we're basically 2 months out. I'm going to tell the credit card company, he refuses to give me an address of where to mail it to. He refuses to do anything. And it's 2 people, me and my daughter, and I saw the approach from the guy both ways. It's clearly somebody in Asia, and they think they've outsmarted us, that you can buy this piece of shit and not get your money back. So I've decided it's time to put it out there for you people to know the truth of what the concept, the box, everything is beautiful. There's so many bells and whistles on this that it's fantastic. The data sucks. So what good is it when the data sucks? You really want $100 or $125 toy on your finger that means nothing? Don't buy it. Don't waste your time. So I'm now going to send him this video, and let's see what Mr. Asia has to say when he sees, ooh, that old lady told the truth. Boy, this isn't good for marketing. Let's see what happens, and let's see if there's any chance that he'll get me a new one to let me try the product to see that it's not a faulty one versus a good one. But I don't think it's faulty. I think it's not a bad one individually. It's just they didn't work through it. And they also think they've outsmarted us in terms of no refunds, exchanges, or credits, or anything. Okay, bye, you guys.